presentation of town council recognitions. We have a couple of swearing-ins. Are we going to do those separately or together? Just one?
Just one. Yeah.
First one, police officer.
Yes.
Police officer Amanda Logan. We'll step right up.
Now you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Amanda Logan,
Solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws
and will obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Maine,
and of the state of Maine,
that I will in all respects
and I will in all respects
observe the provisions
observe the provisions
of the Charter and ordinances
of the Charter and ordinances
of the town of Bucksport,
of the town of Bucksport,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully
the
discharge
duties of the office
the duties of the office
of police officer.
of a police officer.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to note how very fortunate we are to have attracted Officer Loivan to us for a fully trained and certified officer with a great record, and welcome. We hope you come to love Bucksport as much as we do and want to stay with us for a very long time.
Thank you. It's great so far. Thank you.
Thank you. And you folks don't have to stay for the rest of this. You don't want to.
Excuse me. Deputy Chief? He's not listening to me. I know. Chief, could you make sure we have some pictures for,
Yeah, I think DC Winchester's taking care of it,
thank you.
but I'll double check.
Chief, where'd she come from?
Newport.
Newport, thank you. Next is consider minutes of previous meetings. We have council minutes from 9/8/22. How would the council like to proceed?
Second?
Questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Passes. A couple correspondence of one police call from September 5th, 2022 on Verona, and safety committee minutes from June of 2022. If you had a chance to look those over, any questions? All right. Item 6 is ordinances. We have none. Discussion items. First is town report dedication, Roxanne Clapper.
We need to have a town report dedication. Roxanne retired last year and was with the town for many, many years, both in dispatch and then at the town office. And in sort of talking amongst ourselves, the office staff thought it would be a good recognition for all her years of service to the town, and she still volunteers and delivers meals through the senior center, even though that she's now retired.
Any questions? Any objections?
Everyone okay with that?
Everybody okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Infrastructure Committee has been rescheduled for October 13th. I assume it's 6 o'clock also?
That's correct.
Item C is foreclosure, 5 Mount Olive Heights, permission to put out to bid for demolition and for sale.
I'm really excited about this. I'm not excited because we're foreclosing. I'm excited because this has been a several-year process where we've been trying to effect a way to get this property cleaned up. And as the board was notified, that $32,000 interest penalty has been waived, and we received the documentation on that so that that no longer sort of hangs over the head of this transaction. The property is in the property, the building needs to come down. So the request tonight is to get demolition quote and put this property out for bid to include that cost. The minimum bid to include those other costs, and the current owner will sign off on this, which will allow whoever purchases this to obtain a warranty deed without waiting 5 years. So that's very big, because it's very hard to obtain a mortgage without a warranty deed. So tonight I'm just looking for permission to put these out to bid and to get the demo. I would actually like to put the property out to bid, but I would like permission to have the demolition take place. I would like that to get done before.
Any questions, concerns? Everybody okay with that? Yep. Okay. Item 8 is I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry, would I be able to ask a question?
Sure. Come on right up and just state your name for us.
Sorry. My name is John Robinson. I recognize a lot of you folks. And I'm here just because of the property on Mount Olive Heights. Mrs. Lassard and I have talked several times about it. I've inquired about it. And I just want to make sure I understood. Would the bid be also to demolish, or the town was going to demolish it at the town's cost?
The minimum bid price will include the demolition cost on top of that.
Okay.
So when it goes out to bid, it will include that demolition price as a minimum bid.
All the costs associated with the property that the town has incurred, taxes, sewer, the demolition cost, and there's a small, and I mean very small, amount due to Seaboard, which is
Not much.
would be very, it's like $1,600. It's very, that would get added on in order to clear everything so that the property owner can sign off on that warranty deed. And that, all of that would be, the town sets a minimum bid for anything that's owed on it. And I think that our estimate, when I was talking to our code officer, was between $30,000 and $35,000 would likely be the minimum bid.
And
Based
that would
on,
include the demolition?
that would include everything.
I understand. Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you. Next is agenda items. Item A has been taken care of. Item B is resolved 2023-16 to approve the write-off of uncollectible ambulance billings from 2015 to 2019. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve.
Any questions? It's a process we go through
We should have done it
last
at
year.
last year,
Yep.
and so we're a little behind, but these are the ones that are either by death or self-pay and uncollectible. So,
Questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Passes. Resolved 2023-17 to approve consent agreement between Town of Bucksport and Michael and Melissa Osborne. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve. Second.
Questions?
the town has done this on properties in the past where we've had things that have encroached in a setback after they were constructed, as long as they weren't over the line or in some negative. All this does is acknowledge that the violation has occurred. It doesn't approve it, but it recognizes it, and in recognizing it, says the town won't take any enforcement action for the fact that the violation exists. Our code officer's here who wrote this up if anyone has any questions.
All those in favor? Opposed? Next, we have appointments and resignations. First is Caitlin Howlett, reappointment as tax assessor and alternate plumbing inspector. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve. Second.
I don't see Caitlin here. Congratulations, Caitlin. All those in favor? Opposed? Next is a resignation of Hannah Flashbart. How would the council like to proceed?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept with regrets. Hope everything goes well for Hannah. All those in favor? Opposed? Jimmy, you're in favor, I assume, right? Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Seem to only have one hand.
I know, right? Sorry. Item 10 is approval of quick claims, discharges, and deeds. We have a quick claim deed, Daniel Bernier, map 007, lot 066. Tax lien certificates dated 6/9/2013, 6/17/2014, 6/16/2015, 6/22/2016, 6/21/2017, 6/19/2019, and 6/30/2020. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve.
Any questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Item 11 is the town manager report.
I'm happy to report that the flagpoles at the Veterans Memorial here in Bucksport the 9th flagpole has been repaired, allowing all 9 flags to again be flown. I want to thank Northeast Flag for doing the work. They also did a great job replacing and relocating the flagpole at the town office. If you notice that, the flag always was hitting the building or the tree. It's been relocated to in front of the building. Channel 5 did a brief Zoom interview this afternoon about the memorial and the significance of getting that last flag flying. And I'm probably the most excited person in Bucksport about this because we've known about this since the beginning of the summer, but the availability of people to do this work is very low, and we were on a list, and it took us a while to get to the top. I had the pleasure today of attending the Bucksport Senior Citizens Volunteer Recognition Lunch at the Senior Center. It was a wonderful opportunity to visit with a special group of volunteers who make sure that the lunch deliveries and senior programming continue to grow and prosper. We are so fortunate to have these people out there doing good work in their community every day, and also fortunate to have Bill Foster as our Senior Center Director. He does a very good job. Channel 7 is airing a piece on the Volunteer Recognition Lunch tonight on the news as well. These people, the delivery of meals, 8,795 meals were delivered by these volunteers. It's a huge...
I'd like to have the council give a round of applause to all those volunteers.
We have one volunteer,
We do.
a regular volunteer, sitting to my right, Mr. Morrison.
Yep.
I participated in a panel discussion on Silver Lake as part of the Know Your Neighbor program on Tuesday, September 13th. It was a great discussion of the need to protect the water quality of the lake and the means to discuss that related to courtesy boat inspections, invasive plant patrols, and volunteer monitoring. In 2022, Bucksport partnered with the Toddy Pond Lake Association to conduct courtesy boat inspections. However, a local group of volunteers is needed to take over that for future years. A meeting will be scheduled with all parties interested in protecting the lake in order to get things set up for the 2023 season. The consultant hired for the PPI program has started work and will be coordinating upcoming meetings, public meetings for input. Initially, they are meeting with the town safety committee to identify safety issues in the downtown corridor. That's a part of the program. Our K-9 Axel and his handler, Officer Schmidt, are back at the Maine Criminal Justice Academy for 8 weeks of training and drug identification. Given the proliferation of drug-related issues in the community and the region, a well-trained K-9 officer will be very beneficial. And finally, our thoughts and prayers go out to the community of Jay and those who will be impacted by the upcoming closure of the Pixel Mill. As we know here in Bucksport, the loss of a major industry is a big blow. I've reached out to the manager of Jay to offer help in negotiating through this minefield, and she has responded that she would like to talk to Bucksport about how we've moved through this process.
Great. Thank you. Next, we have some public hearings. First is a public hearing on general assistant guidelines, updates to appendices A through D. From the public hearing, general assistance guidelines, updates to appendices A through D. Everybody had it in their packet. State mandated or state guidelines that are kind of set for us. Any questions, comments? Hearing none. Close the public hearing. Would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have a public hearing on a business license. Open up a public hearing for a business license for a special amusement license and liquor license for Billings and Sturrock LLC, doing business as The Crumpet. Again, you had a packet in your paper. Any questions or comments? Seeing none. Close the public hearing. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have an application for a skate Bucksport festival permit on October 21st, 2022. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any comments or questions? Again, we had a pretty good packet. Read about it in that. All those in favor? Opposed? Passes. And finally, we have a Ghostport Committee for a festival permit on October 29th, 2022. How would the council like to proceed?
Motion to approve. Second.
Questions or comments? Chief, I see they're shutting down the road. We're all set with all that stuff, though?
Yes, it should be. Yeah, it's just a small parade.
Just a parade.
Jacob, I don't have a signature page for this license. Do you have the original license for the Crumpet?
Upstairs, I should.
Well, I don't have a place for the council to sign. That's-
All those in favor of the permit for Ghostport? Opposed? 6-0 on that one.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's just that if we don't get you all in the same place
You
for
then get
signatures,
attacked.
I'm chasing you.
Yeah.
Next is discussion items not on the agenda for the council and the public. We'll open it up to the public first. Anybody have anything to say? It's not on the agenda.
Of course I do. I just want to remind the council that this is homecoming here at Bucksport High School. The football team will be hosting Orno tomorrow night at 7 p.m. under the lights. And the varsity boys soccer will be playing Saturday at 5 p.m. and the girls varsity will be playing at 7. Thank you.
Make sure they go with a win.
They may be playing against Marx Brothers.
Anybody else from the public? Anybody from the council? Jim?
The bridge out at, I'm not sure, Stubbs Brook, I think it's named, out there, Stubbs Stream, out in, on the Jacob Ox Pond Road. It's completed, and it's did an excellent job.
Thank you. And completed ahead of schedule too, wasn't it?
It was a week ahead of
So-
schedule.
Yeah,
I believe so,
Yeah.
yeah.
nice.
It was, and he also has received that second culvert. It would have needed to have been installed because of environmental stuff by the end of September, and that can't happen. There's not time now, because he just got it, but he has it in-house, so in the spring, we can get the Bucks Mill one done earlier than we did. There's likely waiting till school is out, so there's not an impact to the busing
Yeah,
situation.
there's quite a large area around that that's really eaten out fast.
Anybody else from the council? Kat, do you have something you said? No. All right. Next is upcoming public hearings, committee assignments. We have one committee assignment, the Infrastructure Committee for October 13th at 6 o'clock. I don't believe there's anything else scheduled.
Rich has Economic Development October 12th.
October 12th.
12.
6 p.m.
All right. We have an item that we need to go into executive session to discuss a poverty abatement request. I don't believe, will we be taking any action on that coming out of executive session?
No, if you are going to take action, it will be at the next meeting.
Okay, so we will go into executive session. We will not be taking any action on that executive session until our next meeting if we do. Then our final item will be adjournment after that. More than welcome to stick around for the adjournment.